Poor little guy. He's just sleeping now. He's a little bit dizzy and wobbly on his legs. And he's pretty tired. He did not like the ride home. But I'm sure it's because he didn't like how he was treated today. Poor little guy. I mean, he's a good cat. He's a healthy, strong cat. Where's my Felix? Tomorrow he'll probably be running and playing like normal. Well, that's pretty much the end of the day, everybody. I gotta get ready for church, so I'll talk to you all later. Troy from the Do-It-Yourself World and the Off-Grid Project. Morning, everybody. Troy from the Do-It-Yourself World and the Off-Grid Project. And a happy, healthy Felix the cat. Hi, Felix. You want to say hi to the camera? New Felix. He's happy. He's purring right now. Huh? He's happy. Sunny day today. I hope it stays that way. The batteries are topping off well, and I've been working on videos for y'all and answering comments and working on the forum. By the way, go on over to the Do-It-Yourself World forum, the doityourselfworld.com, and share your suggestions, questions, comments. Troll-free in a happy, safe zone. That sounded like a commercial, didn't it? Anyway, I'm just in a good mood. Melanie's going to be here soon, I think, and we're just wrapping up the final stages of things, and I'm looking at flights, so looking good. Really nice and warm inside, actually too warm. I just damped down the stove a bit, and let's go have a look at the solar batteries. Now, my computer is on, and yes, okay, it's not a lot of power yet coming in, 24 watts. 12.2 volts, 24 watts, yeah, I'm burning more than I'm pulling in right now, but the sun isn't yet on the solar panel, so that's acceptable. And I'll be done with the computer soon, and I'm going to start working on insulation upstairs. I'm working on a webpage on the offgridproject.com website, where I'm going to have the most commonly asked questions and answers for you all, that I will be sharing with, so like, where do you live? Where do you sleep? Where do you cook? How did you buy the land? What else? There's so many questions. Why do you have chickens? Why don't you have chickens in a closed coop or in a small area? Why do you want the free-range chickens? Why don't you eat the chickens? There's a lot of commonly asked questions that I see again and again and again and again. And I'm going to start putting up a web page and just referring people to that with the most commonly asked questions. And I know I have a whole list of them written down, and I'll get to them. I can't think of everything, so I'm just rattling off words right now. But I've been taking notes, and I'm going to start making a web page with all the questions and answers, so that there will be no more confused people and wild rumors, and poor wandering lost souls wondering about the details. It's all going to be there. Hey everybody. I'm just doing the last two chunks of insulation for upstairs. Two sections, I should say. Two studs. Whatever. I've got one knife that I'm cutting the paper with. It's serrated. And then I use the other knife to cut the insulation. So I've got a system down. I've only been working for a very short time out here on the insulation now today. It's going quickly. I've been working on videos during the daytimes because my internet doesn't work in the evenings anymore. The Frontier is my service provider, and they told me straight up, in the evenings you're going to have what's like a traffic jam when all the kids get home from school and they start playing their computer games. And they said, you're not going to have internet. You won't be able to get on while the kids are playing their games. So you just have to try another time. Thank you very much, and have a nice day. So I am paying for internet. The only service provider around here, or I would change providers. So I'm paying for internet, and I don't get internet service. which is quite frustrating. I've got to figure something out with these guys. I don't think that's quite legal to be paying for a service without having a service, but then again, Sprint has done the same thing to me. My cell phone doesn't work. Hasn't worked here at the house in 6 months. And they just said, well, we're working on it. And I said, can you release me from my contract? They said, yeah, if you pay $300 and some odd dollars. Early, what do you call it, separation fee. Well, it's cheaper to stay with them for the half a year. It's only just cheaper to stay with them the half a year until my term is up. So I chose to go with that because what's the point? The phone doesn't work here. The Sprint phone doesn't work here at all. I get no data. No data. And barely have any phone signal at all out here at the house. So I don't know why I put the insulation away. I'm going to be cutting pieces and chunks in a minute here. So I'll keep that back out. We'll measure all the little stuff. Anyway, so I was working on the internet during the sunny period, because that's the only time I have internet, and I'm working on some website work and some videos for you guys. So I'm going to use what time I've got left here and get upstairs and get this insulation in there. Well, I've got these walls done. I've got this wall done. And I've got that wall done. Now I've just got tiny little bits to stuff in around the top lips. So I'm gonna have to go cut strips to fill them in. And little bits and pieces here. And around here and over here. So I'm getting it. Gonna get it done. This will be done in a few minutes here, this part. And then the next step will be the furring strips. And the problem is with these sidewalls, the furring strips is quite a job. It doesn't go as fast as I'd like. I've got to cut a 2x4 nailer for up in there. Because there's a 2x4 frame here and here, but nothing up there. And then up in here as well, I need a 2x4 nailer. And then the furring strips. So it's going to take more time than I thought. I always assume it's going to be fast, but it's not. So actually cutting the rest of the insulation strips and gaps is going to take time because now I've got to measure and cut tiny little pieces. I hate that part. But it's got to be done. Well, everybody, that's it for tonight. It took a little longer than I thought, but I was also working on computer, like I said, for a while. It's all done in this wall. All done. I just got one little triangle up in there. And I see I missed a spot there. It was dark in here. I didn't see that spot. So tomorrow I'll finish that little triangle and tape things up. I didn't tape anything today. But, wow. Looks so different now, doesn't it? Huge difference. Sound deadening too. Makes a difference in here too. So, it's all done. The insulation is done. And baby cat. It's baby cat approved. She's liking it. So, that's it. I did work on the computer quite a bit. Working on websites. And on the videos for your entertainment. So, use the daylight and use the internet while I was working. Oh, I've been getting a lot of questions. I have come up with the idea, this big window, which you can barely see right now because it's behind everything. That's a big window, and I think I'm going to put a hinge on it and make it an opening window that opens in for access for ventilation. I'll put a screen out there, a push out screen, and for ventilation. So there'll be both a safety exit and ventilation for summer to allow more air in to the tiny house on wheels. So thanks guys for all the advice and suggestions and help.